Egypt's belligerence regarding the Horn of Africa is rooted in a complex interplay of historical, geopolitical, and resource-based factors. The country has historically viewed the upstream nations, particularly Ethiopia, as threats to its water security, with Egypt perceiving the dam as a direct challenge to its access to Nile waters. In his stay with Ethiopian News Agency, journalist Solomon Dibaba shared his view that the interference of Egypt in the internal affairs of Somalia shows the strategic interest of the country to dominate the Horn of Africa and separate Ethiopia from the region.
Ethiopia provides a top priority to its peaceful, mutually beneficial relations with neighboring countries. Despite this noble foreign policy objective, the Egyptian authorities have always resorted to the policy of containment. It must be stressed that Ethiopia was a pioneering country in keeping peace in Somalia. The question is, where have they been all these years when Somalia was in turmoil? This indicates that the Egyptian authorities attempted to deploy their forces to Somalia not because they are concerned about the peaceful development and unity of Somalia, but for their sheer strategic interest of attempting to dominate, control the route of the Red Sea, peaceful transition of trade, and establish their own monopoly and mini-monopoly on the Horn of Africa.
The other journalist, Desta Kasai, who shared his view about the belligerence of Egypt in the region, has underscored that it escalates conflicts and destabilizing the area further as Ethiopia and other nations respond to perceived threats to their sovereignty and development.
It's very solid foundation of foreign policy is prioritizing its neighbors. The peace and tranquility of our neighbors is our foundation for the peace and security of Ethiopia. That's why we pay dearly. And not far from today, even Ethiopia has mediated the peaceful cessation of South Sudan from Sudan. And even it has deployed thousands of its troops for the peace and security of Somalia, which it has paid dearly so much to bring Somalia to what it is now. And this is not only from the very principles of Ethiopia looking and desiring Somalia to be peaceful, but also to even fulfill the requests that are forwarded from the African Union, from IGAD, and the United Nations also.
The journalists indicated Egypt's belligerence can be seen as a part of a broader strategy to maintain regional dominance. By asserting its military and political influence in the Horn of Africa, Egypt aims to project strengths and deter potential adversaries. This is evident in its military support to allied nations and its strategic partnerships within the region. However, such actions risk escalating conflicts and destabilizing the area further as Ethiopia and other nations respond to perceived threats to their sovereignty and development.